All right, up to this point with our Study Ball series, we really focused more on offense than we have on defense. Now, every week I've tried to build in, an offensive breakdown, maybe 2 offensive breakdowns, and then 1 defensive breakdown because, as I would always expect, right, the defense is never quite as sexy as the offense. But every once in a while, being a connoisseur of the game of football and loving great offense, but also loving great defense and the challenge of being able to step up and meet whatever a defense is going to do to you each and every week. Sometimes you fall in love with the defensive scheme and you want to spend a little more time on it. And so up to this point, as I said, most we've had with any one team is 1 defensive breakdown. Outside of the Rams, we had a defensive breakdown, and then we had a breakdown of Aaron Donald. But we're going to look at the Tampa Bay Bucs, and this is going to be a 2-week breakdown. Looking at the offense last week, this week is all about the Tampa Bay Bucs defense. And I started to dive into their 4 playoff games and say to myself, okay, what's unique about this defense? What makes this defense special? And because I saw so many things that I liked about this defense in those 4 games, I had to make it into a 2-part series. So this week, for all you defensive fans out there, is all about the championship defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And what I love about this defense, and you talk about a lot of great offenses, and we've mentioned it numerous times, it's about flexibility. It's about versatility, the ability to have players on the field that can do lots of different things. When you've got players like that, it frees up the masterminds of these offense coordinators, head coaches, defensive coordinators in the league to go, okay, now what do I want to do? What can be the best to stop the opponent this week? And that's what I love about what Todd Bowles does with this defense. He's got some great chess pieces out there, starting with their 2 linebackers, Lavonte David and Devin White. But they have great flexibility within this defense. They're not a defense that shows up every week. And some people have this philosophy. We're going to show up every week and do what we do. We're going to be really, really good at what we do. Talking about the Tampa Bay defense, back when I played, it was the Tampa 2 defense with Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and John Lynch and all those great players that they had, that they played Tampa 2 85% of the time. You knew what they were going to do. They were just really, really good at doing it. You're going to have some teams that take that philosophy. This team with Todd Bowles does not take that philosophy. They say we've got smart players, we've got versatile players, so every week we are going to throw something different at the offense. Depending on what we think against the offense we're playing will give us the best chance to win, we're going to throw that defense at them, and we expect our guys to be able to live up to that challenge, to meet that challenge of the nuances we're going to throw every week and play good football. So I went through those 4 playoff games, and you're going to see really the base defense that they played those 4 weeks was different all 4 weeks, and that's what makes it tough. You're trying to prepare for what they did last week as an offensive guy. Shoot, it was different. Okay, let's look 2 weeks back. Oh, shoot, that was different than what they did last week, and now you're starting to wonder, what are you going to get when you show up and play them? Let's take a look, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here we are in the Washington game. And so in the Washington game, their base coverage was a base cover 3 coverage. Okay, cover 3, corners dropping back, guy in the middle of the field. There's our 3 deep. 1, 2, and 3 deep, each playing a deep third of the field. We're going to have 4 underneath guys, 1 playing hook to flat on both sides right here. The other 2 playing middle to hook on both sides. So we got 3 deep, 4 underneath. We believe we can play this basic coverage. When most offenses say, hey, we can exploit a cover 3, they believe they can play it because of the athleticism inside here and because of the pressure package that they can bring with just 4 guys up front, that you can't hold the football for very long against them in most situations and make plays. So we're going to see cover 3 type look here. You see how they're dropping out, right? We got a little post here. Nice job by Washington to roll into the flat, and then they're able to hit the second level here because they max protected this, able to protect Taylor Heineke, and he's able to make a nice second level throw over the outside guy, right? He should be taking the flat. He's waiting for this to come there. This corner sitting there deep. We're trying to clear him out, so we get a nice second level throw on the wheel. And again, Just because this was their base coverage didn't mean you can't beat them. You couldn't make big plays against them. It was just, hey, this is what they went into this game against a young quarterback and said, hey, we're going to play our base cover 3, and we're going to force him to find windows and hold the football and make plays. So here's another one in the red zone, deep thirds, pushing out here, right? And we're just playing. We're just playing basic football, throw it underneath, and we are going to rally and make a tackle. That's what happens right here, trying to make a play. Nothing fancy. We just felt like, hey, we don't have to do a lot of fancy stuff against a young quarterback in this game. We believe we can win. All right, now let's go to the New Orleans game. Here we are in the New Orleans game. You come in, maybe if you're Drew Brees, saying, okay, they played a lot of cover 3 last week. That's what we're going to see. Be ready for that. Here we go. We're going to come out early. What do? 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to play a base quarters coverage, which is what they did a lot in this game. 3 underneath guys. We are going to stop any big plays. We're going to rally and force Drew to throw the ball underneath us, and then we are going to try to get pressure with our front 4, make him drop it off. We knock the football down as we rally. We get a good positive play, not giving up the big play behind us. Here we go again. See, once again, we're going to play quarters coverage. That was our base coverage going into this game. Give him the stuff that's underneath. Nice job by Drew. We get a little flat, get a little hook right here, isolate this guy. We're going to get a completion, but Tampa's saying we're not giving big plays. We're not going to leave one-on-one on the outside, leave holes down the middle in the seams, because that's what Drew Brees does really well. We are going to keep them in front of us. Once again, we're going to go to quarters. Now, this was a huge play in the game. We got quarters. We're going to wrap this guy right here. We get the safety to bite there. He's supposed to be playing that deep 4th. Everybody playing a deep 4th. He shouldn't chase this, but he chases this. Now we're going to bring Alvin Kamara out of the backfield and run him on a seam right here. So they got exactly what they wanted against this quarters. Got the front side safety to collapse. There he goes. He collapses. Here's the window here to this window out here. Drew tries to jam it in front of the linebacker instead of over the top where this is voided. And as we said, this defense starts with their linebackers. Boom. Devin White able to break on this, able to steal this one when Alvin Kamara is expecting this ball to go up over the top. This guy squeezes. Now we get our touchdown here if we've got a chance to hold the football, but that's another part of it. Right? Drew Brees knows there's pressure coming, knows they got those guys up front. Maybe he doesn't want to hold it as long, trying to hit that window quick. Guy doesn't look. Linebacker makes a play. Huge play with their base cover 4 that they played against the Saints. Once again, cover 4. Going to sit back. We're here. You match out there. You match here. Nice little concept. We got a chance, but this is a good pass off right here. Safety sees it. He's going to jump the inside one. He's going to pass the other one off to the corner. Do a nice job of just playing the basic coverage, understanding the nuances, even though it's different than last week. Now I'm there to break and knock that football out at the last second. So that was their scheme against the Saints in that game. Now we're coming to Packers in the NFC Championship game. Now their approach was, hey, we're going to play a lot more man against these guys. We don't feel like they necessarily have a bunch of great receivers, but they've got a couple. They got Lavonte Adams for sure that we've got to respect. And so you're going to see in these situations that these safeties will play more of a combination coverage. So we're going to drop down. We believe we've got the guys to cover man across the board. But what are we going to do? We know Davante Adams is over here. We're going to play outside leverage. We're going to let our safety squat to the inside. So we've got a little bit of a double on this guy right here. I feel like Devin White can cover Aaron Jones. I feel like Lavonte David can cover Tanyan out there. I feel really good against the other receivers of the Packers. So our idea in this game is, hey, we're going to leave our guys one-on-one. We're going to allow our safeties to rob and help. And there they go. We get a little bit of a pick there on Devin White. Oh, Packers think they got a big play, but because the safeties are involved and they're cheating down and playing their combo coverage, boom, we're able to come up and make the tackle, knock the football out huge play, playing a man combination different than what they'd played the last couple weeks. Here we go again. We got two high safety. What are they playing? Man across the board. You're going to watch. Where's Lavonte Adams? He's right there. I'm going to jump outside leverage. Boom. Going to drop the safety down, and we are going to play a man combo on Lavonte Adams. And now we're in great shape going, hey, you got to beat us somewhere else. We have confidence in our other guys. Aaron, got to say, hey, one of my other guys is going to have to win and make a big play for me. And here, in this particular case, Scantling does just that. You got to make them pay if they want to double your best receivers. Somebody else has to step up and make plays, but that was their approach in this game. We don't believe those guys can make enough plays to beat us in this game if we take away Lavonte Adams. So you're going to see it again. We're down in the red zone here. We've got running back out here. We got Lazard right here. Scantling right here. We believe we can go one-on-one with all of those guys without a problem. Who are their big guys in the red zone? Right here in Tanyan and right here in Lavonte Adams. So what are we going to do? You're going to watch on the snap. We're going to play man across the board, but we're going to outside leverage, inside leverage. Double Tanyan, outside leverage, inside leverage. Double Lavonte Adams and make you beat us with someone else. Now, in this particular case, Lavonte Adams gives a little stick inside. Boom, then he's a double move. But even with that being said, yeah, he beats him up over the top, but that's still a tough throw for Aaron Rodgers to get all up over those bodies and make that throw. We need one of those other guys to win. Well, here's a great look right here. Lazard does a nice job winning right here. But Aaron's used to throwing to those two guys down in the red zone, trying to fit this one in against that double coverage. There's probably the throw that you need to make to get that walk-in touchdown. But it's about confidence in the guys on the outside, and that's what Tampa said. We don't know if Aaron's confident enough in those guys. We believe our guys can match up. When those guys can win one-on-one, you got opportunities, and you see just missed this one here, but that double coverage is what forces the issue and forces you to be off just a little bit. All right, now we're to the Super Bowl. So what have we seen up to this point in this playoff run? We have seen the cover three, basic cover three against a young quarterback in Washington, believing that we can win that game if we don't give up a bunch of big plays. Then we go to New Orleans, Drew Brees. Hey, they're a team that has been, not being able to make a lot of big plays in their offense. So that is not what we're going to allow. We're going to force them to throw it underneath. We're going to rally and make a tackle, force them to make a mistake. We're going to play quarters in that game. All right, against the Packers, hey, we don't believe they've got the weapons across the board, so we got to take out their key weapons. We are going to combo man that. We believe and we have confidence in our guys when they're in one-on-one situations. And again, starting with those linebackers, that they can cover those guys anywhere they go. Now we can use our safeties to double down on Lavonte Adams. And now we get into the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl is another beast because we knew that Kansas City coming in had weapons all over the place. Now, how do you do that? You can't really double any one of them because other guys can beat you and you may not have that same confidence. Well, here's what we know going into this game is that our biggest advantage is up there. We believe we can get after Patrick Mahomes by rushing 4 guys. That is always the key to a great defense is can you win rushing 4 guys, get quick pressure on the quarterback to leave everybody else back in coverage. That's exactly what Tampa went into this game saying we believe we can win up front. That allows us to leave all of our guys on the back end to make it as tough as possible on Patrick Mahomes and those weapons. So we got the offensive line, right? We knew that was going to be an area, but hey, we can rush 4 guys, and now we can do, and this was their primary way that they attacked him, man, but we can leave 2 safeties back. We don't have to get pressure by bringing an extra guy. We can play man across the board. Linebacker right here. Okay, we got our linebackers that can go and cover the back in these different situations, so we can play 2-man across the board. And you see, nobody really right here. Okay, this linebacker stepping up. He can bounce out to play man. This guy can go and cover the back. We believe pressure with 4. Even if we walk up, we got motion across. You see him bump this. And now even right here, you got Devin White, who's walking up showing pressure. And he's, again, such a great athlete that they believe we can show pressure, we can force one-on-ones with our rushers, and then I'm going to peel and I'm going to be able to cover the back from that situation. Watch it. He just peels right over there, trying to throw a screen. He's able to get around it, but that was the approach that they took in this game. Beat up front. Our guys can rush the passer. Now we can leave everybody back to play 2-man. You're going to see it again here. They're showing man, 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 man. This guy's coming down, making it look like he's going to cover the back because both of your linebackers are stepped up here. But as we get closer to the snap, we're going to run back, not let any of these deep threats be able to get over the top of our guys who are playing man-to-man. I got 2 linebackers here. These linebackers are going to read this back. This back comes out this way. Then it'll be Devin White taking a man-to-man. This back goes out this way. Now it's Lavonte David coming out here and playing the man-to-man. So they've got a combination that they can run with their linebackers, and the other one is able to hesitate and add on. And you will see Devin White be able to get some pressure here. As we read this, we see that the back's going out the other side. You see the little delayed blitz by Devin White. Here he comes with that speed, and he forces Patrick Mahomes to move. Now Patrick makes a great throw, play that should have been caught right here, but you see how tough this is. Cover 2-man. We're going to drop underneath here and play what we call trail technique. Trail technique. Trail technique. So that means we know we've got safety help over the top. We're going to force Patrick Mahomes to have to throw this ball over the underneath defender and then have to beat the deep defender, just making the window for error very, very small for any quarterback. And so going into this game, they knew they probably couldn't match up man-to-man. Saw that earlier in week 12 when they played him, and Tyreek Hill went for 200 yards in the first quarter. We can't do that again. Can't do what we did last week against Green Bay. So this week, we need the safeties to help over the top. We're still going to play man and make it tough, and we're going to count on our 4 rushers to create pressure against the best offense in the league. Here we go once again. Man-to-man. We trust our guys. Trust our guys. That's David right there, man-to-man against Travis Kelce. Not many linebackers can cover him. We trust our guys can cover him. We can cover man-to-man on the inside. We're man across the board. We can press Tyreek Hill and try to get our big bodies on him because we know if he beats us at the line of scrimmage, we've got safety help up over the top. Really good coverage again. Now we got the pressure coming. Now we've got the whirly-do by Patrick Mahomes trying to make plays late. So as you can see, really, really tough on an offense with all the different things that they could do. Tough in the Super Bowl. Hey, we understand the strengths of the offense, but we also understand what we're capable of defensively, that we've got smart players. We can rush with 4 if we need to. We've got very athletic linebackers that can cover some of the best tight ends in the league man-to-man. So we can be creative and we can change it up on a week-to-week basis and not give up big plays in the process. That, to me, was a huge key in their Super Bowl run. As much as we want to talk about the offense and Tom Brady, and we know everything he brings to the table and the great playmakers they have there, the defense, to me, was probably the biggest catalyst to that Super Bowl run. And it started with Todd Bowles trusting his guys to be different every single week, and the playmakers they have across the board to confuse defenses and to get after the quarterback with just 4 rushers. So much fun to watch and such a huge challenge for all offenses. But that's not all they did. They didn't just sit back and play base coverages. They do a great job with their blitz and change-up packages. That's what we're going to look at later in the week because, again, I love that kind of stuff because it truly challenges any offensive mind to see all of these different things, prepare for all of these different things, and as a quarterback, to be able to know in the moment, 2, 3, 4 seconds, what they're doing and where I need to go with the football. Really fun stuff. A little more defense for you later in the week.